Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife video for you. Today we are going to talk about lightweight knives. Why? Because it's springtime. It's getting warmer out. We're going to be wearing lighter weight clothing. It's going to be summer very soon. I don't like carrying a 5-6 ounce knife in my pocket, when it's 85 degrees out. I'm usually wearing like tennis shorts or really lightweight like camping pants or something like that. A lot of my lightweight knives get a whole lot more attention when it's summertime, when it's hot out. I did do a video similar to this a while ago. If you guys go back and watch, I'll link to it at the end here or in the description down below, one or the other. But in that video, I cut it off at 3 ounces and below. Well, that's almost commonplace now. The whole knife industry has gotten really into this lightweight thing, and more people are using carbon fiber and really lightweight materials. So the weights come down. I made it a bit more difficult this time. I cut it off at 2.5 ounces. So you're going to definitely see some different ones in this than you saw in the previous one. And also there were a few just glaring ones that I just did not put in the last video. And in the comments, I was like, oh, you guys are right. I should have put those in. So I'm going to do it over again, but now it's 2.5 ounces and below. So these are like ultra lightweight knives, not just lightweight. These are what I would call like ultra lightweight. A lot of them are under 2 ounces, so they're very, very lightweight knives. And I think I've come up with some unique options that maybe you guys didn't think of, or just knives that don't get a whole lot of attention. I'm going to try and go in order of price in an ascending manner, because I have some that are, $13, some that are, a lot more than that. We'll just leave it at that. The last one I kind of want to leave to be a bit of a surprise, but a lot more than that. So let's get started. First of all, I think the best lightweight knife you could possibly get is definitely the Dalek, as we call it. This is, you can buy it at a dollar store. It's just 1.5 ounces. It's just a great knife. Yeah, it does look kind of similar to another knife that we may all know, but yeah, let's get the weight on this really quick. Come on, there we go. Yeah, see, 1.48 ounces. It only costs $1. I can't do this seriously. The thing's a piece of junk. It's Keith sent it to me, as my friend Keith sent it to me as a birthday present. This thing is a piece of crap. It's not even a knife. It doesn't even cut. I'm sorry. I had to do that. I apologize. Now let's get to the real options. Let's start off with, this is one of the glaring ones I left out of the last time I did a video like this, and I feel really dumb because they are extremely popular, and I love them. I have several. But this is more of a kind of a traditional sort of option, but they are locking knives. Just an Opinel. Opinels are great knives. They're super slicey. We all know them and love them. Made in France. I have two different examples here. This is the number 8 with the stainless steel blade. And then this is a number 6 with the carbon. I prefer the number 6 myself. I just like the size of it better. But they are locking. You have that little twist thing here. And they're super cheap. The carbon steel blade, obviously, I patinaed that on purpose. But it's very cool knives to carry around. Unintimidating to everybody. Super slicey. Both versions of the steel are very easy to sharpen. They come in multiple different sizes. All of them are super light. I should have used a different scale that doesn't time out as fast for this video, but you're looking at, for the number 6, 1.18 ounces. For the number 8, 1.7 ounces, close enough to call it that. They're great lightweight options, and they're cool. I just really like Opinels, always have. But there is a similar knife that I do like better, and that's the next one we are going to mention. I've become quite a fan of the, I have it locked, the Antonini Old Bear. I really like these. It's a very similar knife in a whole lot of ways. They only come in the stainless. I haven't seen a carbon steel version of these, but the little locking cylinders is thumb actuated, so that's really nice. And again, it's about $13 to $20 for the Opinel. You're looking at about $20 for an Old Bear. They come in multiple sizes. This is the medium. Definitely my favorite size of them. They also come in in larger and smaller versions. I think they go all the way up to an XL, if I remember correctly. 1.5 ounces. I just like this locking mechanism better. If you don't like billboarding, you're not going to like this. The whole blade is logo, but I've always liked them a whole lot. This is a brand new one, so it's not really broken in yet, but very, very nice. I just slightly prefer these, maybe just because they're less common. That might be why. But I like that thumb closure thing. Okay, now to something, a couple knives that are a bit more modern, but still very, very cheap. First up, again, about that $20 price range, and I've got two of them here. The Boker Dozier. Just a really cool knife. And 20 bucks, like I said, 2.3 ounces. They are, I think they're 440C steel, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's not marked on there. I guess I was kind of counting on that to be marked on there. I forget. I believe it's 440C, though. But, you know, your fancy plastic handles, all that stuff. But they lock up really well. You get them two versions with a thumb stud open or the thumb hole. They come in a whole bunch of different colors. I prefer the thumb hole version quite a bit over the thumb stud version. But they're comfortable in the hand. They're reliable. They're well made. I've never had a problem with one. I've had both these. This one kind of has junk drawer duty around my house, so it gets abused by people who don't usually use knives very much, and it's held up very well. Just a really cool knife. 2.16 for this. So yeah, the thumb hole version is also a little lighter, which is nice. I recommend the thumb hole version, but again, you're looking at about 20 bucks. So very reasonably priced. Just a bit higher in price is one that's just, I'm pushing the limits on this one with the weight. It's barely over 2.5, but it's really close, and it is new, and I do really like it. The Buck Ranger Slim. Again, kind of in the same vein as the Dozier, and they need to get a comparison video at some point. I've had that scheduled forever and just never gotten off my butt and done it. But this is a fairly new offering from Buck. Pocket clip, again with the 440 steel. You have the nice, more nicely done fancy plastic. It does have this hideous pocket clip, but it does work well, and it is very comfortable in the hand. And it comes in at, I think, yeah, 2.55 ounces, some 5/100ths over. I apologize for that, but I'm just gonna call that manufacturing tolerances. I'm sure there are some Buck 110 Slims around that are under 2.5 ounces, but lock back. They're really nice, and they are fairly flickable. Got that nice little snap. They're a lot of fun, and again, 25 bucks, not bad at all. I think if you are remotely any kind of Buck fan, you got to get one of these. They're 25 bucks, and you can have them sitting around, and they're made in the USA for 25 bucks. It's pretty darn good. All right, next up, getting also about that same price range. We are looking at the Kershaw Atmos. Seen these right around still that at $25, $35 range, something like that. The Atmos is a really awesome knife, Sinkovich design. It is HCR 13MOV steel, but I think at this price you can't really complain about that too much. It's a very pretty knife. They come in colors now also. I know there's a blue and there's a green. I believe there might be another color. Nice deep carry pocket clip. And again, with the thing turned off, they are stupid light. Yeah, 1.9 ounces. And they look classy. It's definitely, for something really lightweight and classy, like if you're wearing really lightweight, dress pants and stuff like that, they look classy enough to be in a work environment like that. Great action, running on bearings. They're just an awesome value. Again, I believe 25, 35 bucks. This is one that I forgot to look up before I did this. I have other prices listed here in front of me, and that is one that I forgot to look up. But I think they're about $25, $35. Great little knife, though. I really love the Atmos. Always been a big fan since the first day I handled it. Now, next up in price, what will we have? I guess it would probably be a pretty big jump here. We're going to go up to the Spyderco Para3 lightweight. This is brand new. Just came out. I just did a review of it first, and then I did a little first impressions, and I did a comparison against another one you're going to see here in a moment. Spyderco is kind of going all in on the lightweights. They're also going to have a Sage 5 lightweight. This has the compression lock. You see 2.15 ounces. Oh, sorry, I have it off there. 2.4. I thought 2.15 was a little light. They have a Sage 5 lightweight coming also with a compression lock, which is really great. I would be remiss without mentioning your Delicas and Dragonflies. Basically, anything in size range below the Delica is also well under 2.5 ounces. I don't have any of those here right now. That's one reason why I don't have them on here. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but they definitely need to be mentioned in this. I much prefer, I think if you're looking at a Delica, look at the Para3 lightweight. I think it's a better buy. $91. And then the Dragonfly is really nice too in the smaller size. I do like the Dragonfly quite a bit. But yeah, got to mention the Para3 lightweight and the Sage 5 lightweight if it was out yet. I have no idea when it's coming out. I thought about holding this video until the Sage 5 lightweight came out, but I don't know when that's going to be. They haven't even announced like an estimate on it yet, so I have no idea. Now, next up would be a knife that the lightweight I compared to, the Para3 lightweight I compared to. We have the Benchmade Bugout and the Bailout. We'll do them both at the same time. The Bailout is basically just a larger, more tactical version of the Bugout, which is cool. 3B steel on this one, and $144, $114, I believe, for the Bugout in S30V. You can get the Bugout in a couple different colors. The Bugout is endlessly customizable, but most of the customizing options, people like to do scale swaps to get rid of the grivery because they don't like the plasticky handles. And if you do that, you're going to be over the 2.5 ounces. But I like them both quite a bit. The thing I'm amazed the most is the very little difference in weight. So the Bugout, 1.88 ounces. Very, very light. But then the Bailout has a larger blade and this aluminum pommel on the back, and it's only 2.05. They did some magic with this, that it's only just that tiny little bit heavier. Now, next up, a couple of more, not dramatically more expensive options, but I'm going to say, they're a bit more difficult to get a hold of. Not super hard, but you got to keep an eye out and see when they're available. Best ways to follow them on Instagram. The Three Rivers Manufacturing Neutron and the Atlas. I like both of these very, very much. I just went to Europe for a week, and I only took the Atlas, and that's about all that I carried, because it's just a great knife, and it's legal everywhere. And I really like it a whole lot. The Neutron, everybody loves it. I think it was Nick Shabazz's knife of the year. It's a fantastic knife. Both super, super slicey little blades. And just TRM does some great stuff. I really, really do like TRM products. Again, a bit hard to get your hands on, but not too crazy. We have a weight of 2.3 ounces for the Neutron and 1.93 for the Atlas. Now, the Neutron, of course, is a locking blade. The Atlas is a slip joint, so keep that in mind. But you're looking at about $144, I think it was, for the Atlas, $145 for the Atlas, and about $175 around there for the Neutron, depending on which options you get. The scales are super swappable on both of these. I have multiple scales for both of these, and you can change them back and forth, and that's kind of cool. So you can just change the look as you want. The scales are super cheap. They don't charge much for them, so it's nice to be able to just customize the look whenever you want. Now, last up, as far as lightweight knives under 2.5 ounces that are expensive and hard to get, you're not going to do better than this. This is not mine. This is a loaner from an amazing dude. I can't believe he loaned this to me. But you have the Gareth Bull Shamwari front flipper custom knife made in South Africa. They are amazing. A lot of you guys asked in one of my my Ask Me Anything video I did for my 7,500 subscriber giveaway. Probably the most common question was, what's your grail knife? And I kept saying Shamwari, Shamwari, Shamwari. At that time, I'd never even held one. Now I got to play with this one. This is the small size, and I'm not disappointed. The front flip takes a bit to get used to, but I've gotten pretty used to it, and the closing action is just ridiculous. You have a weight of, dead on 2.5 ounces. Now, I will say, when these are made, he makes them, they're pretty hard to get your hands on. They come in very small batches. When you can get one at Gareth Bull's prices, which is not often, $600, $600, $700, $800, aftermarket, crazy town. If you want to get them in the secondary market, it's whatever you're willing to pay. They go for insane money. Very expensive when you can get one, and if you want to buy one in the secondary, good luck to you. I am never going to own one. It is my grail. It is what I want very, very much. It's probably one of my favorite knives I've ever had in my hand, but I've just had to resign myself to the fact that I'm never going to have one of my very own. But if I did, this would be the spec that I got. They come in, it's a custom, so you can get it anything you want. But I do really like this nice kind of rough finish. They're M390, I do believe. I don't remember. I think they're M390. He's made a couple different versions, but I'm pretty sure this one's M390. That gorgeous pocket clip. It's amazing. This whole video was not just to show off the chamois, but if that would have been its only purpose, it still would have been worth it, I think, because this knife is just so cool. That giant pivot that also acts as an over travel stop. Just a fantastic knife. So there we go. Some lightweight options for you, whether you are a poor or a ridiculously rich person. So, and everything in between. And these are not all, I'm not saying these are the best. These are just my lightweight knife collection that I currently have, plus a loaner that I couldn't resist showing. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.